Hello and welcome back to Sam the Car Guy Games.
I smell
Today,
shit.
what?
I smell shit.
It happens. But on the bright side, today we're only gonna beat the dead horse one more time, as this will be the last Reigns video.
Oh,
It's
there's a dead
been
horse? That must be what I'm smelling.
it's been determined that the only way to trick the devil is to go back and restart the game and try it again. So let's get started. And I'll show you how to end the game as well.
Sounds good.
We're gonna direct a mass in the memory of the Father. You know, you got your cereals that are cheap. You can double the price, or you can raise it slightly. We'll raise it slightly. And once again, Puck is tired. So, you know, we're gonna go hunt the wolves this time. And now we're bleeding, so we're gonna get the doctor.
Might as well.
And he's gonna cut my arm off. So now I have one arm.
Baldwin, the one-armed king.
Yes. And once again, they want us to have an affair with Lady Selwich. It's literally just repeating at this point, which is why we're going to go ahead and end the game, because I'm sure you're all tired of seeing the same things over and over as well.
Yeah, I mean, I will say our commentary has gotten more diverse over the course of this game. However, you know,
You and I can only carry the game so far because, I mean, there's just nothing else.
It's not like there's an actual like story-wise end to the game. So
Yeah, and I mean, as you can see, there's a bunch of different endings that are story-based endings. It's just for where we are year-wise, there's just nothing else to really do.
Yeah, pretty much. It's not like we're playing one of those really repetitive games that actually comes through with you know, like you play it for 40, 50 hours and you actually come through with an actual ending at the end. Through all of it. There's just literally nothing left.
There is no end. At the end of this reign, there's another king, and it just continues on until you're tired of it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Which makes this game really good if you are just sitting at home bored with nothing to do. It's definitely a time passer.
It's definitely a game great for the shitter.
That's why they make a mobile version.
Exactly.
Oh look, we ran out of money. And oh, we got burned at the cross this time.
That's a new one.
The new oligarchy wanted to keep you as their straw man, but the church condemned you to be burned alive. So now we have George again. So you got Trick the Devil and Govern for at least 2 centuries. Then there's one more in there too, but I mean, there's just not a whole lot more.
I would probably, I'm probably burnt out of trying to create fun names for these guys.
Yeah, so this will be the last episode. Next week we'll start.
Oh wait, this is the guy with the grill. Yeah, this is the George with the grill who named all of his sons George. George Foreman.
Yes, indeed.
King
Not
George
to be confused with Red. So
although I'm pretty sure George called one of his.
He's already dead. George died. He got forced into exile.
Although I will say, probably George Foreman at some point called at least one of his sons a dumbass.
Oh look, so the first 2 longest livings are George, and then the 3rd and 4th are both James. That's really funny. So here's all of the different endings that the game has that we've discovered so far.
There
doesn't
are
really
only
tell
2 that we
you.
have not seen.
It doesn't tell you what they are, but it kind of shows you the cards. So there's actually so far 4. We're gonna get one of those endings pretty soon. So there's 5. So there's 5 endings that we haven't found yet.
Right.
That's good, starting with nothing happening. So that's a whole year. So we're already 1 year in. So we've already beat the worst. And now we're 2 years in. So we beat the bottom 2 worst. And here's the doctor saying the school is an elaborate theme to brainwash the generation into religion. I don't see a problem with that, according to Homeboy. This is a very long-lasting kingdom too, because it's gone from the year
600.
around 600, maybe even earlier than that. I don't remember what the very beginning year was, but we're in the year 2435. And so now we're going back to meet the senator.
And it's still a kingdom.
I think
There's no modern technology or anything there. It's just the kingdom.
Yeah.
We're still, the place is still a 24/7 Renaissance fair.
Yeah, so the people were screaming on the left, so we ran left, and now we heard the river. We're going to keep going forward. We run madly into the dark, and we drowned. So this is why when you hear rushing water, you don't want to carry on forward, because you will drown.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we killed King Edward. And so now we have George the 94th king.
Okay, I'm officially out of George's.
And this is how we end. So the devil's gone, we're stuck here forever. Are you tired of this? If you say yes, that's it. You're done. You didn't break the curse. Try again. So that's just basically saying, go back to the beginning of the game and try it again.
Yeah, pretty much.
So Reigns is now over. And George died. So that gave us a new ending.
Drowning.
Not drowning, but the deer.
Okay.
And so then you've got your royal deeds and all the partridge, all that good stuff. So now the game is ended. That's the end.
So it just... Oh, that's how the credits work. Nice.
And if you also look, it's really neat because if you look at the red light coming from behind everything, as you get closer, the light changes its direction like there's a light behind it.
Yes. This might be the credit. Might be the credits for the ending where you don't trick the devil too, because if you notice, that red light shows up whenever you reveal the dog to be the devil.
True, I have never thought about that. Okay, so that's kind of the end of the credits. So now we're going to go back and we're just going to look at the entire reign of kings. So there's one here, 1 year Robert. I think he was the one that... No, there's the one that died immediately after where you couldn't even tell where he was.
Yeah. I've enjoyed this, but I have to say I'm looking forward to doing something else with you, my friend.
Yes. The next one we're going to do is... I've been playing a lot of Stardew Valley, and I think that'd be a fun game for the channel. So I'm going to start a new game on that, and we're going to play through that a little bit, which you'll see next week.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that because, I actually bought the game for the... because they said they have like some sort of online multiplayer type of thing. And I've never checked it out. I have not picked it up. I figured it's kind of one of those games where it takes a long time to get anywhere, so I just kind of haven't really gotten to it yet.
To some extent, it does take a while to get started, but once you get started, it kind of goes. What we'll do is I'm going to play it so each episode is 1 day, because a day is about anywhere from 15 minutes to 20 minutes, which is a decent size for a video.
Yeah. Unless you sleep.
Well, if you sleep, that ends the day. So
Yeah.
you don't want to go to sleep early, and I'm not going to, because that wastes days worth. So here we have George the Fossil, the first 100+ year king.
Yeah.
And we're in the year, so there's the musician. That's when we first introduced the musician, which y'all weren't a part of at that point, because I started this without recording, and I thought this might be fun to record.
Yeah.
The blessed, the patron. Adamir, that's a random name that comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, that is definitely different compared to all the other names that I have seen in the game.
Robert the Ancient. We had Baldwin the Creepy. There's Robert the One-Handed, so he also lost his hand. And then we have William the Young in the year 602.
That is where the game starts.
Yes. So if you remember, we had Creepy. We need to get William the Creepy. So here's all of the royal deeds, which are the achievements.
Oh yeah.
So if you lose yourself in the dungeon, that's how you get the Creepy.
We do need to get William the Creepy.
Yes, that would be fitting.
Yes, it would especially help if you were in an affair when you were doing that, so we could say Little Bill also came out.
So we have the polyglot. I'm not sure how to get that one. And so here's all the different people. You've got the priest, the diplomat, the spy, the prince, the queen, the nobleman, the farmer, the bird, the doctor, the duke. So he is the doctor, not the alchemist. The general, the merchant.
He practices alchemy, though.
Yes. The soldier, the jester, the monk, the witch, so she is a witch, the foreign princess, the lady or the senator, the courtesan, the barbarian, the royal dog, the blackbird, the dragon, the ghost, the dungeon, which is its own person, the nun, the executioner, the explorator, the prophet, the lord, the werewolf, the homunculus, the minstrel, the painter, the rival, so he is a rival, the skeleton, the fortune teller, and the warlord. And this kind of shows you the last things you had. We had the cathedral, so there's that. And so the next thing you have is a new game, so you can hit cancel and you can see everything else, and we'll come back. So here's kind of all of your different settings and things you can look at.
You really did try to drag this thing out.
I mean, we're only at 13 minutes in, and I didn't want to make it too short, but I guess it doesn't really make any sense not to. So yeah, there's just a few more deaths that we didn't get. I'm not sure how to get those. If there's interest to go back to it, we can start again from a beginning. But I mean, that's going to be up to the viewers.
Yeah. I think it'll be quite a while before you get any kind of reaction from, given what I've learned about channel growth, it'll be a while before you get a reaction from viewers on this, on whether to go back to this or not. So I feel it's safe to move on to, other things at the point.
Back there, we had Harry the Hat.
I mean, it is a shame. It is a shame that we weren't able to get all the achievements, but it is what it is.
Yeah. And we did a lot. I mean, if you look, we have most of the game that's been found.
And honestly, one of those achievements is almost ridiculous. I mean, it was basically sheer luck that you were able to get, like, kings that lasted 130, over 100 years. So getting one to rule for 200 years, it's pretty difficult.
I think the only reason George lasted 134 years is because, or 136 years, is because we had almost everything locked. So there wasn't anything that we could do that would affect it. So it
Right.
worked really well. Yeah, so here's the end of it. And so, I mean, it can continue to go on. So, I mean, you can go on well before the year 2436.
Oh, yeah.
And he was 0 years in power because he was like, I'm king. Just kill me now. So, a bittersweet symphony as we end the game reigns. 9 episodes in, I'd say it was a good series to start the channel with.
And I would say you got a lot out of a fairly, I'd hate to call it basic because there is a lot of depth to a card game, but I would say 9 episodes is quite a bit to get out of a card game.
Yes, definitely.
So, yeah, I enjoyed this, my friend.
Excellent. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you're able to join us, and I hope you'll join us on the next one.
Oh, I will be here.
Excellent. So, until the next episode, which our next series will be Stardew Valley. We're going to start a new one because I've played about 100 hours of Stardew Valley on my own personal time, and the new episodes, that one will only be played on the channel. So I won't be doing any out of channel gameplay. Whatever I play on there will end up on the channel.
I do have one question for you.
Okay.
Does Stardew Valley have an official ending?
I do not know. I don't. It might. You can play a lot of time in the Stardew Valley with things to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not 100% sure on that one.
Right. Well, I guess we'll see when we get there.
Yes, indeedy. So we're going to call this an episode, and that's a wrap. Saying, pieces before he says, yo, we've ended another one.
Our third one. That's pretty cool. Hope for many more, my friend. Peace out, everyone, and stay safe out there.
He's